I remember back in the day when we were with a different care agency, if it hadn't gone well, then, you know, I speak to her every day. If I don't see her, I will always ring her. So, you know, there'd be a phone call in the evening and she would be upset on the phone because things hadn't gone well. It's difficult to know how to put that right. That really doesn't happen now. So yeah, I'm Heather. I live in Balsall Common. My mum's just half a mile around the corner and she has a lot of care now. It's kind of increased over the time she's been with Unique because her condition has deteriorated. So she gets 5 calls a day now, 2 in the morning to get her up. Somebody comes mid-morning, somebody comes at lunchtime, somebody comes at tea time, and then 2 more at bedtime. So it's a lot. So she'd had a knee replacement about 15, 16 years previously, and the joint was wearing out. So she decided to go ahead and get it redone, and unfortunately led to an infection in the knee replacement joint. And that caused her a lot of problems, and unfortunately eventually led to her having to have her leg removed. So she's now all-time in a wheelchair. She does still try and stand, but she needs a lot of support with transfers and just with all daily tasks now, really. She had been with a different care agency and that didn't really work out. I think there was too much inconsistency with the carers that they were sending and also the time that they were coming. She really needs a lot of consistency about timing of when people are going to come to do her care. She doesn't cope well if people are, you know, late or early or can't fit in with, you know, what she wants. But I think from the get-go, it was definitely a better fit. You know, obviously they do a longer care call. It's minimum an hour, whereas the other agencies would be sort of half an hour or less. So they were kind of darting in and out a bit more. Less chance to get to know the carers, and I think there were more different carers coming. But I think because there's an hour, I think it means that the carers can give mum the time, and that's much better for her mental health, I think, definitely. Things can just be much more relaxed, and especially at the moment when I think quite often the carers will arrive to find mum not in a very good state. She might have got herself anxious about something while they haven't been there. And I think they need to be able to take the time to talk to her and calm her down, find out what the problem is perhaps, and get that sorted out before they get on with, well, actually I'm here to do your lunch. And whereas another agency perhaps wouldn't cope with that terribly well, Unique have always been very understanding, and they try to find carers who do fit in with mum. I think they know mum well enough now to know who will work and who won't. If you look at the pricing, you might be put off because you think, okay, that is a lot more than I would pay the other care agency. But long term, what you're getting has a lot more value. And if you're looking for care for somebody that is, you know, potentially quite complex, or perhaps it's somebody that you can't get to see very regularly, but you want to be really reassured that what you're getting is right for that person, your family member, and that these people will really look after your family member, then I think you have to be prepared to pay a bit more, because you get what you pay for at the end of the day. And yes, it is more expensive, but I think the care that you get is much, much better. They are supremely caring, lovely people, all of them. From the minute they come in the door, and they come in to see mum into the lounge, and they, you know, because she's in a wheelchair and also she's got a bit of a problem with her neck, so she can't look up very easily, they get down to her and they take the time to check out how she is and what kind of day she's had. If they've not been in earlier, they perhaps haven't seen her. You can see it's not just a job. They do it because they love helping people and making people feel good and trying to sort of make people have the best day that they can, despite all of the problems that they may have. And I think that makes the difference, is that they really do care. It feels like they're almost like an extended family. And so I think that counts for a lot.